Admit it, who among you likes to gossip? Who hasn't been drawn into the web of other people's intrigues and secrets? Some watch talk shows, some read the tabloids. There are those who like to listen, and there are those who don't mind discussing other people's lives. Gossip, stories that can captivate your imagination or ruin your life. Hi, this is Madison, and I'm Gossip Girl, and my story doesn't have a happy ending at all. Subscribe to the channel and give me a like, and I'll tell you what I did, and why you shouldn't make the same mistakes I did. I love rumors, but don't get the wrong idea. I didn't trash anyone. It's just curiosity, that's all. Sometimes I just want to know if the gym teacher is really having an affair with the headmistress, and the hot new girl from the parallel school wore braces in 6th grade. They don't care, but for me, it's evidence that everyone has secrets and no one is perfect. And how do you keep it together? At school, everyone gossiped about the hottest guy and his crazy groupies. At home, about the neighbor who just moved into a 4th-floor apartment and was pretty reserved. Even at home, when my mom started calling her friends, my sister and my dad would immediately run away. And on days like that, waiting for lunch was useless. But I understood my mom, because I too could spend hours on the phone talking about the latest news. My best friend Pete also loved rumors and willingly shared them with me and our mutual friend Nancy. Except she didn't like gossip at all, and she was always bad-mouthing us. Did you know that Daisy had tattoos on her stomach? I told her excitedly. It's so painful, and her parents are freaking out.
It's nothing. That's what Matthew did last night.
Pete whispered to me. Nancy sat between us in the dining room and grumbled. What a saint. And then came summer vacation. I was planning to make a little money, so I didn't even think about vacation. Last year, I had already taken a few shifts at a movie theater near my home. Selling tickets at the box office is not difficult, and I could go often to night sessions for free. The administrator was happy with my work, so we agreed that this year I would work for them. But it turned out that until the end of summer, the theater is closed for repairs. I had to look for another part-time job. And then, on the internet, I came across an ad. The local radio station was looking for new presenters. They needed fresh voices and progressive thoughts. As it was explained to me on the phone, I'd been dreaming about it for a long time. I went to a journalism class. I even sometimes voiced the news on the school radio. But a city station? I couldn't believe it. Nancy was really happy for me, but I was nervous. Would I do it? As is always the case on my first day on the job, everything went wrong. My mom forgot to fill the tank in the morning, the hot water was turned off, and then we got stuck in traffic. But eventually, we managed to get to the radio station office, albeit late. The room was very bright and spacious. I couldn't believe I was going to work here. The interview was conducted by a stylish and confident girl. I was nervous, but I think I managed to make her feel at ease. But when I was told that they would call me, I got sad. Because in fact, it meant, you were not suitable for us, goodbye. But my bestie reassured me. It's gonna be okay, trust me, you'll get the job. So I did. They liked my designs and ideas. It's true, they took me to an internship at a small rate. But it was really lucky to get into such a company. I was overjoyed. They're hiring me, I bragged to my friend. I just need to come up with a column and conceptualize it. Your own column? You'll be a star in no time. Hey, what if we do something like Gossip Girl? You know, like, tell stories that are supposedly based on true events. That's not a bad idea. Nancy agreed. But you come up with it, not talk about us. You think I'm gonna tell other people's secrets on the air? I was offended, and we got into a huge fight. I wasn't going to gossip about someone on the radio. How could she think that about me? You're just jealous of me, I said and hung up. The project manager at the radio station liked my idea very much, but there was a problem with the topics. You see, sweetie, the ideas are not bad, but they feel artificial. A bubble. A fiction, you know? Yes, I sweat from excitement and looked into her eyes with hope. We need the dark side of teenage life. There's secrets, experiences, passions, quarrels. It's been a long time since anyone's been interested in sweet stories. Add pepper to your stories. Then they'll be listened to. But I can't. It's a private life. Change your names. And give yourself a pseudonym. And I nodded silently in response. When did things get out of control? How did I let it happen? I don't know. Probably the moment I could convince myself that there was nothing wrong with other people's secrets. A little story, a few names, and that was it. And I went by the name Gossip Girl, just like on the show. My voice sounded a lot different from what it used to sound like on the air. So I wasn't really afraid of anyone recognizing me. My first story was about the amorous affair of a gym teacher and our headmistress, and the audience loved it. After the first episode, the project supervisor flew into the studio and started applauding. "You're a freaking genius, baby! Your Gossip Girl is driving our ratings up! Way to go!" Well, I guess that's when I lost control. The praise from such a professional made my head spin. The tangy aroma of future success was intoxicating. I decided to dig deeper, go after my enemies, and uncover their darkest secrets. Cheer up, my dear listeners. Sandy's in trouble. She's dating 2 guys at once and doesn't know which one to choose. And Leslie accidentally uploaded her swimsuit photo to the school chat room. If you haven't gotten a tattoo to a racy spot and you're afraid to tell your parents, then you have nothing to be embarrassed about. Mark knows exactly why you shouldn't buy bean soup in the cafeteria. And so does his girlfriend, Stacy. I was on a roll. Nancy and Pete, on the other hand, were pissed. "You're the one who loves gossip." I resented you.
But not on the radio, and not about anyone I know.
Pete was nervous. "I changed names." "But I didn't last time." "I forgot, and they weren't stories about you." "You're gonna give away all our secrets." "Is that what you think I am? Then we better not talk at all." We had a big fight. It was very unpleasant, but I wasn't going to give up my dream because of them. In just a few months, my column became mega popular. The ratings were off the charts. The curator rubbed her hands together excitedly and kept saying that she would come up with a new project for me and let me go live. Summer vacation was over, and we went back to school. I still hadn't talked to Pete and Nancy, but everyone was gossiping about the mysterious Gossip Girl on the town radio. My voice was unrecognizable, and I breathed a sigh of relief. But it wasn't that simple. As it turned out, while I was indulging my ego, my column made a lot of noise. Everyone was whispering amongst themselves and glancing at each other. And then at one point, I was ignored in class. I didn't realize what was happening. Nobody knew anything, except Pete and Nancy. I guess they must have told everyone it was me. But why? 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 So, with anger boiling over, I decided to get revenge. I told a story on the radio about Nancy getting pustules on her face before a date with a high school boy. But she was so embarrassed, she didn't dare cancel. And the offended boy waited for 2 hours for her at the cafe. And Pete was so overexcited at karaoke that his stomach twisted and had to run to the women's restroom because in the men's was a queue. In telling these secrets, I changed the names, but it didn't save the conflict. Nancy and Pete were furious at what I've done. Turns out no one had turned me in. And the rumor that I was Gossip Girl had been spread by a classmate, just so they wouldn't think it was her. A few days later, I was hit with a real blow. An article appeared in the school chat room with my picture and the story that Madison, that's me, was the Gossip Girl. The author of the article turned out to be the project supervisor at the radio station. I don't know why she did it. Maybe she was jealous of my success? But my life was a living hell. I gossiped not only about the students, but also about the teachers. I even accused one of them of inflating the grades of my favorites. Now that's all out in the open. Our school is under scrutiny. I've been fired from the radio station. I'm a real pariah at school. Nobody wants to talk to me. Everyone hates me. I don't know why I did what I did. Fame blinded me, and I couldn't stop myself. What would you do to be popular? Write. Let's discuss in the comments.